The number is truly stunning. Student debt in this country has topped $1 trillion. Think about that. That's more than we owe on our credit cards or our car loans.
Some economists say it could derail the fragile economic recovery. Business and economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here. Also with us is former Labor Secretary Robert Reich, who teaches public policy at the University of California. His latest book is Aftershock: The Next Economy and America's Future. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Bob Reich, is this the next financial crisis?
Charlie, I don't think it's a financial crisis, but it could be if the level of student debt continues to mount as we are seeing right now. I mean, a lot of students cannot get jobs in this economy. They have gone into additional education because they couldn't get jobs, but now they're finding that they have more debt they've got to pay off, and that additional education, although it will pay for itself over the long term, right now is a huge debt burden.
So
Mr. Reich, the president said in his State of the Union address that higher education should not be a luxury. Is that what it's become, or is that what it's becoming or has become in this country, do you think?
Undoubtedly, the cost of college education is rising faster than inflation. So it is becoming harder and harder for students to afford. A lot of state governments, remember, about 70% of students in college and university today are in state institutions, and the states have been under a great deal of budget strain. They have been reducing state support. That means that tuitions and fees have been going up very, very fast. So students and their families are under greater and greater strain.
When you look at this problem, Charlie and Gail and Robert, when you look at this problem, a lot of people are saying, could this be the next housing crisis? And there are some key differences here. For one thing, the student loan market is about 1/10 of the size of the mortgage market. So if all the student loans in this country were to go bad all at the same time, then you would have about 1/10 of the size of the problem. But the other key here is that they likely won't all go bad at the same time. So unlike the housing crisis, where everything went bad all at once, the problem here is more of a slow burn, where you have recent college graduates delaying things like having children, delaying things like buying homes like their boomer parents. And so when you think about, hey, we're in this recovery right now, we need everybody to be a participant in the recovery to make it real. And when you have all of these recent college graduates, 25% of them can't get a job right now. When you have a problem like that, it just creates bigger problems down the road.
And then when they get the job doesn't make enough to cover the cost of their student debt.
Exactly. And a lot of people who are taking jobs, they're not even putting their college degrees to use. A number of the recent college graduates are getting jobs that don't even account for their college degrees.
How did it get this way, and what can we do? That's what we need to know now.
Take this one, Robert.
Yeah. Mr. Reich, your turn. How to get this way, and what can we do?
Look, you know, part of the problem is that college costs have been rising faster than inflation. Colleges are not the most efficient institutions. But part of the problem also is that fees and tuitions have not been offset by state legislatures. The government used to provide, and the federal government also helped provide a lot of student aid. That has been drying up. So the college loan market keeps on growing. I think in the future, over the future, we are going to see more attempts, online education, more ways of getting students good higher education without necessarily all the expenses and frills that go with attending a four-year college. We also in this country have got to develop a good system of technical education. It's absurd that every young person has got to go to a four-year college in order to get a good education for preparing for the jobs of the future.
And there's 3 million jobs open in this country that can't be filled. I talk to CEOs every day, especially in engineering, the math, the science programs. They cannot find people to fill these jobs in this country because of the types of degrees that most American students are pursuing. And one of the options on the table here is to wipe away all of the college debt of graduates. Now, I think that there's some unintended consequences, because you think about what is college debt, what is student loan debt. It's the first major responsibility, economically speaking, financially speaking, that anyone takes on. If you wipe that away, all of a sudden that creates a new, what do we think about responsibility going forward? And that could have negative implications for the economy just in general when people are asked to take on future loans and live up to that responsibility.
All right, Rebecca, you've had the final word on that. Thank you. Thank you, Robert Reich. Good to see you. Rebecca Jarvis, always good to see you.